Trying to win a place in Vegas by fooling Penn and Teller tonight. Hello. Sweden's top magic double act performed the most difficult, violent and painful card trick in the world.
There's a big chunk of hair on that.
A performer from Bath with cups, balls and a very bad attitude.
Create the illusion that it come from the cup, you stupid audience.
And a couple who can do this. Plus, Penn and Teller perform modern miracles with polyester.
Explain that, you skeptical little freak.
Here's TV's very own Mr. Magic, Jonathan Ross.
Thank you. Hello, everyone, and welcome to Penn and Teller Fool Us, where magical talents attempt to fool two magicians who've held us in trance for 35 years. Now, the whole idea tonight is for the acts to leave us thinking, how the hell did he do that? Much like when you heard that Peter Crouch had pulled Abby Clancy. Abracadabra and Alakazam were two of the Middle East's greatest magicians who couldn't make it, but we still have an incredible show for you. Now, I have to point out, this show doesn't use any audience pants. There's no camera trickery. This show is pure. This show is whiter than Philip Schofield's natural hair colour. To succeed tonight, our acts must fool two master magicians from Vegas with tricks, which sounds like a low-budget Bond movie, doesn't it? Please welcome Susan and Colin. Penn and Teller! I was just guessing the names there. Was that close?
Very close. You got one of them right.
Okay. We've been having just a great time here. I know, you know, it's not just showbiz talking there, that's the truth. We've been loving seeing these acts. You have been, I think, surprised by just the quality and the inventiveness of what we've seen.
Well, we knew there'd be good magic in the UK. We didn't know it'd be this good. Yeah. It's really great.
You look forward to being fooled as well, don't you?
We do. We want to be fooled, but we also want to show that we can figure out a few of them.
Yeah. I think tonight, we're going to see a little bit of both. Let's find out. If you take your seat, gentlemen, it's Penn and Teller, ladies and gentlemen. As always, I promised the audience here and you would have some great acts and we can deliver. It's time to get on with the show. Let's meet our first wannabe fooler.
Gazzo.
Showtime. My name's Gazzo. I'm a street entertainer. I told you to stop stalking me. Why do you do it? I get enjoyment out of performing magic on the streets for people that could not afford to see me if I was famous. That's why I do it. Every time I see that man, he's with a different woman. Yeah. To describe my style of magic would be very controversial, in your face, like wide boy, market atmosphere. Yeah, no, stop it. I know it's on the stick. Shut up. I have a lot of passion for what I do, but it's a gift. Can't explain it. So I said to my wife, did you fake it last night? She said, no, I really was asleep. You know, I've been everywhere. I went from, say, England to Europe, then America to Canada, Cambodia, Thailand, and magic has allowed me to do that. Cheer up, sir. You wanted kids? I say in my show that Tom Cruise is not really a samurai warrior or a secret agent, and Anthony Hopkins does not really eat people. I'm not really a mean person, it's just the way my character is when I perform. Oh, but is he drunk? Okay. So if anybody out there are finding me offensive, I do apologise. Thank you. Is that your wife or are you on a business trip?
Ladies and gentlemen, it's the bad boy from Bath. It's Gazzo. Well, we don't need Vegas when we got this, right? Hello, Mr. Penn and Mr. Teller.
How are you?
What I'm going to do is my rendition of the oldest trick in the world. Here it is, the classic cups and balls. Ball number 1. Disappeared. Ball number 2. It's going to disappear the same... Excuse me? Yeah, that wasn't very strong misdirection. I thought if I look back, you look back, but you saw me do that, so... This is a tough one with everybody watching. There are 3 balls being manipulated throughout, and 2 of them have vanished. The third one, I will blow on it, it will vanish, right before your very eyes. I bet you're wondering where the balls are. Your name, sir? Stand up, please. Put your hand in your hip pocket, your jean pocket, right hand. Take out the balls. Are they in there?
No.
Of course they're not, you silly Wally. Sit down.
watch the dance of the little balls. Ball 1 goes here, or 3 goes there. 2 goes here, or 1 goes here. Darren, right? Is it Darren? Did I hear it right? Point to a cup, Darren. Your choice. They're all the same, especially this one over there. That's a nice one. Which one do you want, Darren?
This one.
Which one, Darren? It's A, B, C. Pick a cup, Darren.
A.
Thank you. He thinks I influenced his choice by going pick a cup. No, I didn't influence your choice, did I?
No.
You could have had any cup, but I take the ball from here like this. Do you see it go? Not drunk. Take it from here, you see. Thank you. Two on the bottom, 1 on top. That's my favourite position. Is this the way it's going to be? There's too many balls to begin with, so what I'm going to do is eliminate a few to make the game a little bit easier to follow. So we have 1 ball there, 1 ball there. Darren, would you mind standing for me, please? Don't be embarrassed about your shirt. Okay? Darren, how many balls are being used throughout?
3.
3, yeah. Okay, so how many balls are underneath the middle cup?
1.
1, okay. So if I eliminate this one from the game, how many balls will it leave left in the game?
2.
Correct. But if I eliminate this one from the game, how many balls will it left in the game?
1.
And where is it?
In the middle.
In the middle. There you are. I put this one away. But how come, Darren, this one's back so quick? Well, I'll tell you, Darren, because what I do is sleight of hand. I don't take the ball and put it here. I just manipulate it in such a way that you think it's going away. But I keep it palmed, yeah? Okay. There's no ball here. But when I lift up the cup, what happens? I drop the ball from the back of the cup, create the illusion that it come from the cup, you stupid audience. Sleep. Darren, now you see the ball going in. Tap the cup 3 times, yeah? This one's back, which leaves how many balls there, Darren?
1.
If you can't, not sure, take a guess, Darren.
1. 2.
3. 3 balls going at the same time, Darren. Ready? At the same time. How many hit Darren?
None.
You sure? Orange. I'll take the trick 1 step further. Ready, Darren?
Think so.
Darren, this is a hat, right? Ordinary hat. I cover up the ball, and the ball is going to vanish. How many balls under the hat, Darren?
1.
Right, ready? Watch it disappear. It's vanished. How many balls under the hat, Darren?
1.
No, it vanished, remember?
Oh,
I said
none.
Yeah. It's my fault I picked you. How many balls, Darren?
None.
None? You don't believe it, though, do you? I'll bring it back, then. Ready, Darren?
Yep.
How many balls?
1.
Yeah? How many now?
None.
What? How many?
None.
3. You see, you thought I took the balls out, but I told you to watch the oldest trick in the world. Remember that?
We've all seen people do what they call, I believe, the cup and balls. Is that what they call it?
Cups and balls,
Cups
yeah.
and balls. And most of us have seen it. We've seen people do it at parties, at kids' parties, that kind of thing, or sometimes swingers' parties. But that was just about, I think, the best I've ever seen. Would you not agree, ladies and gentlemen? Wasn't that of this world? Awesome. Penn and Teller, do you want to start talking, or do you want to start with me now?
Could we thank you from the bottom of our hearts for letting us be on your show?
Oh.
It's the greatest. It's greatest. I mean, literally the oldest trick in magic done perfectly. That's what you just saw there. Very important to remember, in all art, in all performance, it is the singer, not the song. And you're the best singer we've ever seen, man.
Thank you very
Just
much.
the greatest. The
Yeah,
greatest.
The best I've ever seen.
By the absolute rules of this show, you did not fool us because we do the trick, but you did it better than us. What more can we ask for?
Wow.
Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, if you didn't fool them, it's not going to Vegas, but Gazza, you blew us all away. It's Gazza, ladies and gentlemen. Great entertainment. Just great entertainment. Thank you for coming on. Gazza. He had me at the orange, but it was the melon, really, when I fell in love. It's time for our fast break. Well, make sure you come back, as we've got plenty more foolers ready to take on Mr. Penn and Mr. Teller, and good luck to all of them. Don't go away. Fool Us, where the best current magicians perform to try and win a spot in Vegas by fooling Penn and Teller. So let's meet our next contender.
Colin McLeod.
My name is Colin McLeod. I am a mentalist from Scotland. You know, a number of newspapers have referred to me as being the Sherlock Holmes of the mind. I mean, I think the real interest in Sherlock Holmes came from childhood, really, of getting the books and reading them and just being fascinated with this guy who could look someone up and down and just from their appearance know essentially everything about them. I actually studied forensic investigation at university in Glasgow, but I specialised more in criminal profiling. I'm now taking that real psychology and applying that to the entertainment aspect. I really feel that I can bring both together to create something quite unique and different. The routine that I'm going to perform this evening is to hopefully give the audience the experience of being the closest thing to real mind reading that they'll ever see.
Let me just explain something here. He claims that he can read our audience's minds, OK? And looking at you, I don't want to be rude, but I hope he's brought a magazine along because it ain't going to take long, is it? Will you please welcome Mr. Colin McLeod?
Good evening. Thank you very much. Before I start, I think it's only right that I tell you there are 3 techniques that I'm using to create the illusion I'm going to do tonight. First of all, I'm not from here. I'm from a place in Scotland called Harthill. It's very boring. There's cows. Thank you. Not even my family. But there's lots of cows and they poo a lot. So I left there very quickly. I went to Whitburn Academy where I started learning stage hypnosis. Then I went to university in Glasgow where I studied profiling. So basically the 3 skills I'm using are psychology, suggestion and bullshit. And it really is a mixture of them that you're about to witness. In fact, tonight, for this demonstration, there's 2 things that you need to know are very important. First of all, we're going to choose someone at random by throwing out a hat. We'll come to that in a second. But secondly, this envelope. This envelope is crucial to what's about to take place. You know, actually, Penn, instead of me choosing someone with a hat, to make it even fairer, would you please mind choosing someone that you think this would work quite well with?
Okay, let me see who I can get. Well, how about the gentleman here in the kind of white shirt and the baseball hat? He's right there in the front.
Hi there, what's your name, sir?
Kenny.
Kenny, are you happy to help here?
Yes, absolutely.
Kenny, please come up. Give Kenny a round of applause for... Stand right on that document just there, Kenny. Kenny, can I just have you face the front just slightly more? Kenny, be honest, would you say that you have a good imagination?
Yeah.
Okay, you thought about that, but that's okay. Kenny, let's imagine you see behind us we have bookcases. I want you to imagine for me, Kenny, that you walk into a bookshop, you open up the doors, and there's books either side of the bookshop. Now, be honest, would you pick a book up from this side or from over? Where would you pick the book from?
This side.
Okay, you pick up the book, you look at it. Now, you're going to have to imagine this. Just look there, tell us, what's the book called? Make it up.
The Memoirs of Penn and Teller.
And you said you had a good imagination. Good, right. Let's imagine you flick through the book and you stop on one page. Look there, tell us what page number do you actually stop on. Just look right there. It's up to you.
18.
Do you want to change your mind or are you happy with 18?
I'm happy with it.
Okay, I want you to look there right now and just think of one word that you can see. You can change your mind if you like, but get one word in your head. Tell me when you've got one. Don't say it, just... Okay. Have you got a word in mind? You shut the book goes back up on the shelf, the book is gone. Now, Kenny, I'm not going to read your mind. They are. The only clue that I want you to give them, Kenny, is first of all, can you count the number of letters in this word? Is it quite a long word? Is it more than 6 letters?
No.
Okay, can you please tell everyone right now then, how many letters are in the word?
5.
5. Okay, Kenny, I don't want you to see the bit of paper that I've got here. Can you just look the other way for me, just so that you don't see? I'm going to show you the word that I'm hoping Kenny right now is thinking of. Kenny, just keep your eyes closed as well for me, that would be lovely. So, Kenny, can you please look back round? Mm-hmm. Kenny, be absolutely honest. Tell us, in your nicest, clearest public speaking voice, what word were you thinking of?
Brick.
Say that again, sorry?
Brick.
Did you at any point there think of the word house, then change your mind?
No.
No. That'd have been cool though, eh? Right. The word you thought of, say that again, sorry, Kenny?
Brick.
Ladies and gentlemen, brick. Kenny, thank you very, very much. Oh, that's for you. Thank you. Oh, one more thing. Sorry. One more thing. The reason I did ask Penn to choose someone this evening is I didn't want to actually just throw out the hat. I tend to find it's quite painful, especially when you're thinking of a brick. Thank you very much, folks. Thank you.
Awesome. Great stuff. Because I'm sure you want us to think that you'd gone the wrong way and you'd made a mistake and you hadn't there. I'm not going to ask you how you do it, but let's just check something and make sure everyone knows something. You didn't know Kenny, you hadn't met Kenny.
Never met Kenny before in my life, but thank you, Kenny, for
because he was chosen at random by Penn, so there's no way you could have influenced that. I'm dying to ask you how you did it. I know you're not going to tell me. It might well be you with a good chance. Do you feel confident? Do you think you're going to be going to Vegas?
Oh, do you know, it's really not about me trying to fool them. As long as I entertained them and entertained everyone here, that's really been my goal tonight.
Well, I think the answer is you certainly achieved that, because it was great. They look ready to talk. Penn, how about you?
It was great, and you know we have studied a bit of mentalism.
Yeah.
So I'll tell you, we were burning here from the moment. We were ready for all sorts of things you didn't use, and you led us down a few garden paths. And I also think, once again, you know, we don't like to ruin magic too much.
Yeah.
So I'm going to ask the fellow from the audience if your imagination, when you were just imagining this big library of books, and you were imagining opening up the book, and you were imagining looking at the word, and that word was being formed in your head, and you were getting it so clearly in your head, was his pantomime so good that you felt it was helping you with your imagination?
Yes.
Really good, wasn't it? It was great. And I would like to leave it at that. You did a wonderful job at pantomiming the book.
So are you convinced that Penn and Teller know what they're talking about here?
I think I do want to point out that it wasn't, if I can say the term, instant stooge.
No, not at all.
I would like to point out I don't know what any of that means, but I'd like to seem as smart as Colin here.
Getting him to imagine that word, I believe is the trick there.
Penn, tell us
Oh, yes, yeah,
okay. Tell us just did a secret sign.
No,
Either they're
absolutely.
in the Masons or he knows exactly what you did. Colin, it was a great... We loved seeing it, didn't we? We loved seeing it. You fooled all of us. You didn't fool the pros.
We love the trick, but we were not fooled. But thank you so much.
It was great. Colin McLeod, ladies and gentlemen. That was great, Colin. Well done. Congratulations. Colin McLeod. Let's move right along because it's time to meet our next act.
Keelan Laser and Charlotte Marie.
My name's Keelan.
And I'm Charlotte.
And we're a quick and change act. I started magic at the age of 4 and have been doing it ever since.
I've been dancing since the age of 4, and Keelan started socially dancing later in life. We met and were dancing together and then pretty much started working on the act straight away.
We perform our act literally all over the world. In the last few years, we've performed in over 45 countries.
It's fascinating for us to watch as entertainers how different cultures react.
We also run one of the largest online magic trick stores, which means magic is around us 365 days a year, 24/7.
We find it quite tough having 2 full-time jobs, but just recently got a new little helper. Keelan and I have a very good relationship. We're not only business partners, we also are together as a couple, which makes working a pleasure. If we fool Penn and Teller, would we get married in Vegas? Who knows, possibly, if the Rio has a space. You have to get rid of all this.
Keelan Laser. I'm sure I've heard that name before. It's either a town near Milton Keynes or it was Kevin Spacey's character in The Usual Suspects. But either way, please welcome the fabulous Keelan Laser and Charlotte Marie.
Feel me, baby. It's just easy. Listen. That don't impress me much. So you got the moves, but I got the touch. Now don't get me wrong, yeah, I think you're alright. But that won't keep me moving in the middle of the night. That don't impress me much. Now you think you're cool, but I got the touch. Baby, can't you see?
Congratulations, really great fun. Let me give you that so we can hear what you say. Come stand on the stage with me here. That was terrific. And you know, of course, I'm sure you've heard this before, but you would be like most man's dream woman. Because if my wife could get dressed that quickly when we're going out, I would have about another 10 years. And you know what I particularly like was it's nice to see the robot back on TV because, you know, I can bust a move myself. No, I'm talking about blood, innit? Yeah, standard.
That's it, man.
OK. Penn, Teller. Wakey. Fabulous act, I'm sure you agree.
A fabulous act. And quick change acts have been around for a long time, and they're always wonderful. And Teller and I saw the umbrella over there full of glitter and said, oh boy, they're doing that ending. Quick change is not really designed to mystify, it's designed to amaze. And that you did beautifully. And the only, the thing that you have to notice, and I think everybody noticed this, is you got so much slimmer as the show went on. You came out very attractive and then got more attractive and slimmer as it went on. And it did amaze, even though it did not actually fool us.
Is that the nail on the head right there, do you feel?
That is enough for me to bow down to the two great guys. Thank you so much.
Penn and Charlotte, ladies and gentlemen. Well done. Thank you so much. And you presumably, Penn, you have a lot of layers on
Yes,
right now.
well, I could go up, and I can actually do 140 quick changes from what I am now and still not get down to your size.
I've got a couple of extra pants on as well. Okay. It's time for another break, but please don't go away because we've got plenty more foolers ready to take on the mighty Penn and Teller. See you in a couple of minutes. Welcome back to Fool Us, where magicians try to win a spot in Vegas by confounding the world-famous Penn and Teller. But enough of that, let's get to know our next contenders.
Brynolf and Jan.
1, 2, 3.
I'm Jonas. I'm Peter. We're from Stockholm, Sweden.
I really like a hat.
We are very well known in Sweden.
Have one of these, Peter.
By who? If I would describe Peter, he's maybe not the sharpest knife in the drawer. Jonas is, the right term might be psychotic. The trick we will be performing to try to fool Penn and Teller is the world's most difficult card trick, or at least that's what we call it. Are we finished then? Okay, great. I've been waiting for this for a long time. Oh.
They may sound like an anagram, but they are in fact Sweden's finest magic act. Please welcome Brynolf and Jan.
Hello, I'm Jonas, and this is Peter.
It's time for the world's most difficult card trick. And some of you might wonder what makes this trick the world's most difficult card trick.
And the simple, but yet brilliant answer is duct tape. By taping Peter's head, and thereby blocking most of Peter's senses, we make it almost impossible for him to find the card that you, Mr. Teller, will select in a moment. Ladies and gentlemen, this is entertainment. I brought a deck of cards, and I would like you to select one, preferably a red, because we're going to write on it. And I brought a pen as well. Please write your signature across the face of the card. You know, in Sweden, I could probably trade that autograph for a farm. Put it back. Now, because of the signature, this card is unique. There's only one card in the world right now that looks exactly like this. I need a number as well, a number between 5 and 15.
11.
11, that's a great number.
Thank you.
Okay, so Peter, today's number is 11, okay? Are you ready, Peter? Let's go. Now, despite all the tape covering Peter's head, he will use his amazing sleight of hand abilities to locate your card, shuffle it around a bit, and place it on the 11th position, counting from the top. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Ladies and gentlemen, the world's most difficult card trick. Now it's because it's the world's most difficult card trick, so you can't succeed at once. You have to, we build suspense. This is basically how we do it. So a new number between 5 and 15.
6.
6, that's a great number, Peter. You missed just slightly. Okay, so 6 is the new number. Okay, go ahead, Peter. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Approximately 6. Woo! I don't have a good feeling about this. It was the most difficult card trick. We built suspense again and again. You know, now in Sweden, if you would fail like this would be totally appropriate. Okay, so we need a new number would be like boring. Let's improvise. I mean, this is how we do it all the time. A staple gun. Okay, so here's the plan. I will spring the cards up in the air. Peter will find one staple that will hit your card, so it falls down center stage. Ladies and gentlemen, the world's most difficult card trick. Are you ready? Are you ready? Let's go! Now, here comes the interesting part. Keep your eyes on Peter. A pair of scissors. The first thing we did was to tape Peter's head. After that, you selected a card, which you signed, which means that there's only one card in the world that looks like that. I think that Peter has something in his mouth. Neatly folded 4 times. Now, if this is really your card, then it's a pretty good trick. Yes or no, is this Teller's card?
Sure looks like it.
You're a bad man.
Sorry.
You know, and young, that was great. We loved it. It was super entertaining, wasn't it? Great fun. I had no idea how you would do that at the end to come out of the mouth. It was fabulous. There's the tape hurt around the face, because there's still a big mark across the top of your mouth. So I'm thinking,
you can try.
I'd rather not.
You see this?
Oh, yeah. There's a big chunk of hair on that.
See this one. Sorry.
You can't do this act for too long. You'll wind up...
You can tell?
You're losing it from the top there. Let's see how the fellas are doing. Penn, Teller, fabulous act, hugely entertaining. I'm sure
Such a
you enjoyed it.
fabulous act. I believe if we were younger, better looking, and lived in Sweden, this would be us. Has Penn and Teller stuff ever been shown in Sweden? You've ever seen us work?
Yes, we grew up with it.
Then maybe I can explain this to you in ways that you'll understand. The fake reveal was something that we, a very nice version of something we did a couple of times on the David Letterman show. And the final thing you did at the end, we once did that same folded card and switching thing, which I bet you didn't see. But I said the important word, which is a switch there. I will just say maybe this will give you enough, because I love this act so much, and I really don't want to tip it, because you should be doing this forever.
So you're kind of feeling quite comfortable now, quite happy about the work you've done so far on this, and you're feeling reasonably happy about what's been said.
Yeah, feeling very happy.
Did you do a card switch?
No, not at all.
Let's wait for a second. Let's enjoy this moment, and let's ask Mr. Penn, who was looking so happy and pleased with himself just 30 seconds ago. Did you see that? They were sitting back in the chair. We did that on this, we did that on this, I did this on that. Did you see this? But they didn't, did they?
No,
so let's hear what Penn has to say now.
I'm even happier now than I was before, because we love these guys, we want them in Vegas, and they fooled us.
Yeah! Two young men heading out with a spring in their step. I enjoyed that so much because I knew and you were going down. I think he's going to say switch. He's going to say switch. It isn't a switch. After the break, Penn and Teller will perform for the night right here. I cannot wait. Don't go away.
You could win a trip for 4 to Las Vegas to see Penn and Teller perform live at the Rio All-Suite Hotel and Casino. The prize includes 4 nights accommodation at the hotel, flights courtesy of British Airways, plus £5,000 spending money. Just answer the following question correctly.
Watch this. If you can figure out how it's done, you could win a trip to Vegas. Go ahead, Teller. He takes the ball, puts it under a cup. Now watch carefully. No sneaky stuff. He switches it, and switches it again. You know where the ball is? If you do, you can win a trip to Vegas.
Is it A, B, or C? Call 0901 293 2020. Calls cost no more than £1.03 from BT landlines. Calls from other networks may be higher and from mobiles will be considerably more. Or text A, B or C as your answer to 60330. Text costs £1 plus one standard network rate message. Red button viewers can enter by pressing red now or enter online for free at itv.com. Entrants must be 18 or over. Entries made after lines close at 10 a.m. on the 30th of July will not be counted but may still be charged. The lucky winner's name will be announced on the ITV website.
Welcome back to Fool Us. So far tonight, we've seen one act have managed to fool Penn and Teller, but weren't all the acts tonight great, ladies and gentlemen? All fabulous. All of them are winners. OK, now, I said going into the break that you won't believe this next trick, and there's nothing much more to add. Will you please welcome the fabulous Penn and Teller?
You've seen wonderful people do magic tricks. You've seen them do illusions. But we do exclusively God-given miracles. Teller was blessed by God with the ability to mend polyester with his mind. Now, you're all about to have a Damascus experience. You're all about to witness the burning bush. We need one person to become a disciple right up here on stage. Someone who is not filled with dogma. Someone who does not yet belong to a church. We are looking for a child. Is there a real proper child in the audience, like, 9, 10, 11 years old, something like that? Yeah, don't force the child to put his hand up. We're not that church. How about, with the glasses. With the glasses there. How old are you?
9.
9. Yeah, we can fool a 9-year-old, can we? Come on, move. Come on, get up here. Come on, move. You're 9. We have here perfectly ordinary polyester, like some of you, embarrassingly enough, have on your own person. And what's your name? Come over here. What's your name?
Brandon.
Brandon. Now, Brandon, I've got here a pair of scissors. And, Brandon, I say unto you, I tear the polyester asunder. Now, it's got a 2 pieces of approximately equal size, Brandon. Take one end of that, would you please? And walk to the... Hold on tight. Don't let go no matter what. And walk to the other side of Teller, about the same distance from Teller as I am, so the Teller is right in the middle. Perfect, Brandon. Now, Brandon, you saw that polyester cut, didn't you? You saw it cut. Now, Teller's going to mend that polyester using the secular humanist method of the knot. Now, that's the way any objectivist, materialist, such as myself, would do it. But I want you to watch, Brandon, as Teller goes a step further. Teller is snipping off the bunny ears. Now, Brandon, that change is merely cosmetic. There is still a knot there, making a mockery of all that is held holy in the world. But you watch, as Teller's therapeutic touch just melts that knot right away. And someone say amen! Someone say hallelujah! Can I get a witness? Now, Brandon, since you were right up here on stage, breathing down the neck of the new Messiah, did that seem to you to be a miracle or a magic trick? A miracle or a magic trick?
Magic trick.
Magic trick. Oh, too bad we picked a state school student. That's okay, Brandon. You've got one end of the polyester, I get the other end. Stare at Teller's hand. Stare at his hand. Burn him. Burn him. Stare at him. Stare at him. Burn him. Don't be misdirected. And explain that, you skeptical little freak. What you're watching right now is our newest friend Brandon is having an epiphany up here on stage. And he's decided to dedicate his young life to preaching the gospel of Teller. But Brandon, as you travel the world, bringing this good news to modern man, you will encounter some skeptics with hardened hearts, such as your own was. And you'll have to demonstrate this to them. So Teller is now giving you the power of the polyester. You know what that means, Brandon?
No.
It means you have dominion over all synthetic fabrics. Brandon, walk to the center of the polyester. Walk to the center. And just grab a hug there, Brandon. Grab a hug. Just grab a hug. Now, Brandon, you found the center of the polyester. Now, Brandon, you take the scissors, Brandon. Take the scissors. And you are going to run with the scissors. Run with the scissors. No, just I was just testing your faith, Brandon. Testing your faith. Cut the polyester, Brandon. Cut the polyester. Now, Brandon, you found the place in the center. You cut the polyester. Teller is now tying a knot. And you get the highest honor that a lay person can have in the Church of Teller. You get to snip off the sacred bunny ears. Snip them off there, Brandon. No, yeah, close. Yeah, watch his fingertips. That's my meal ticket you're monkeying with there, Brandon. Now, Brandon, there's still a knot there. Now, hold your hands in the classic praying position, Brandon. You don't even know that, do you? Right? Just right around the knot. Right around the knot. Put your hands right around the knot. Yeah. Let me ask you something, Brandon. Do you believe in Teller?
Yes.
Do you believe in Teller?
Yes.
Do you believe in Teller?
Yes.
Then let him work through you, Brandon. Let him work through you. Someone say amen. Now, say, hallelujah. Shut up, shut up, shut up, shut up. You are tempting Brandon with a sin of pride. Look straight ahead, Brandon. Put your arms by your side. Look straight ahead, Brandon. We're going to test you. Do you feel that synthetic, petroleum-based, high tensile strength fabric going right around your young and not quite fully formed trachea? You feel that, Brandon?
Yeah.
Because we're going to test you. And if your faith in Teller is perfect, you will travel the world preaching the gospel of Teller, becoming a man of the synthetic cloth. But if for one moment your faith wavers, God will smite you. Do you believe in Teller?
Yeah.
Do you believe in Teller? Do you believe in Teller?
Yes.
Then go forth, Brandon, and sin no more. Take that with you, Brandon. And St. Brandon, the patron saint of all synthetic fabrics. St. Brandon.
Ladies and gentlemen, Penn and Teller and Brandon. How's that? Nice job. I believe in Teller. I believe in Penn. I believe in Brandon. That was great work. And by the way, if they ever remake Jerry Maguire, you've got the job. Ladies and gentlemen, the magical Penn and Teller. We'll see you next time as we try to fool them again here on Fool Us. Good night, everybody.
Next time on Penn and Teller Fool Us.
How if I took the cards and put them in new deck order, reverse the one card, put them in the cardboard box, put the paper seal and wrap them up in the plastic?
Oh, that would be a fine trick.
Take a look.
You hit me with a staple.
You are going to Las Vegas.
Extraordinary children with exceptional talents guide our celebrities through 3 more challenges tomorrow evening. Born to Shine returns Sunday at 8. Next, though, more domestic disputes on display in the Marriage Ref.